Ladies, listen up, and gentlemen, take some notes because I'm going to tell you how you can get from this to this in a matter of a short plane ride. Listen, this video was inspired by one of my subs here, Mervyn Green. He posed this question after watching my full episode breakdown when I talked about how Lily actually felt about Donald and her true feelings for him. So he said, if Lily thought that way about Donald, why did she cheat with Bobby at the airport? And I replied to him, I said, good question. I think Lily was just attracted to Bobby, period. Now, before I get started with how this actually happened, we have to bear a couple of things in mind. Number one, when a woman is about to be married to a man or vice versa, you will think the best about this person, right? Like all of their true skeletons haven't come out of the closet, unfortunately for some people. And so you don't know all the backstory, right? So she put her marriage and her feelings in the best light possible, as anyone else would, right? And we also have to remember that Lily was set up. Donald or Kyle, one of the two, or maybe both of them, sent Bobby over to have an affair with her so that they could hang this over her head should she ever find out about their affair, right? And let me give a shout out to Mr. Perry for capturing this moment with perfection. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So Lily is on her way to DC for the inauguration, and Donald is a little upset because she's gonna be late. And he practically set up the job that she has as Victoria's stylist, right? So he's a little upset because he wanted her to be there at least for that, right? So she's on the phone, she's letting him know, what's going on, and he's upset, he's mad, he's pissed off. And we all know that, there's not much you can do when your flight is late or it's gonna be delayed. So, he's upset and I understand, but there was nothing she could do. So Bobby's standing right behind her, and of course he's soaking it all in. He hears everything. So once they board the plane, of course they're sitting right beside each other conveniently, right? And she's still on the phone trying to tell Donald that she's gonna be late. She's letting him know that there's gonna be a delay because of the weather. And then I think this is the scene where he actually hung up the phone in her face. So at this point, she's feeling a certain kind of way. And this is where we really need to start paying attention because her feelings have been bruised and hurt, just by hanging up the phone. Like that is like the rudest thing that you could do to someone on the phone. So this brings on a bit of disassociation, right? So to calm some of the madness that she's feeling right now, she just started to, design some of her dresses and, make some sketches and everything. And then Bobby looks over and he's asking her, oh, are you a designer? So the next lesson here is that he's attentive. He's paying attention to what she's doing, right? And the next thing to point out here about Bobby is he's a gentleman. He tried to order food for Lily, but she said that she didn't want anything. And all the while that we think that Lily is being annoyed by Bobby, she's paying attention to him too. She's noticing all of his attributes and his gentle behavior. So then the plane jolted and he grabbed Lily's hand. Then he asked the waitress for another drink. And this is showing that Bobby is what? Vulnerable, right, ladies? Oh, he's laying it on thick. And let's not forget that Bobby is eye candy, right? And I'm married, so I'm not gonna be disrespectful. There's only so much that I could say here, but we get it, right, ladies? So the plane had to stop in Charlotte, North Carolina because of the weather, right? So again, she's on the phone with Donald, still trying to explain to him what's going on. He didn't want to hear it. He hung up the phone in her face again. Then we see him standing in the hallway with Kyle, and they're kind of eyeing each other. And let me just say this part. I'm almost sure that Lily is feeling the separation and the distance from Donald, because if he's fooling around with Kyle, I'm sure that his attention has not been 100% on her, right? And she can sense that. So during the layover, they're sitting out in the little cafeteria dining area, and Bobby goes in again. And because he's been hired by Donald and Kyle, I know that he knew what kind of person Lily was. So he's got to be very strategic in his game plan, right? Lily ordered a drink from the waitress, and then Bobby offered her his drink. So here we see Bobby making a sacrifice for her. He's being the perfect gentleman and giving her his drink instead. He later ordered a drink from the waitress too, but that's neither here nor there. So now they're drinking and her guard is down a little bit, right? Then he got her to smile. So here he's been successful in changing her mood from sad and upset to happy and tipsy. Then after a few drinks, he got Lily to fantasize with him and telling her, oh, do you ever think about doing something and having no regrets or something like that? So now she's thinking about it, right? He's got her to think about what he wants her to think about. Then while she's gazing off into this fantasy, he took his strong but gentle hand and squoze the top of her thigh. And she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything at first. After she felt the hand for like a couple of minutes, she was like, okay, stop. It's too late, Lily. It's a little too late because now he's already onto you. He knows that you like it. Then Bobby got up and he walked around that table and he told her that he was going to the bathroom. And then she said, oh, are you skipping out on the tab? And he was like, nah, I'm going in there because there's a changing table in there. We can lock the door and it's just one room. Oh, he ready. So he walked away and went to the bathroom and just stood there because he knew that she was coming. He knew it. And guess what? He was right because she came right in there. So yeah, there you have it. So the opportunity presented itself. And I don't think that Lily ever thought that this would come up again. So she just gave him a little bit. And Bobby had to work for it because he really had to be a gentleman. He had to be courteous. He was vulnerable. He got physical with her just a little bit. And he made a drink sacrifice for her. So yeah, there you go, Mervin. I hope this answers your question. Thank you so much for commenting, Mervin. I appreciate it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to share this video. Help your brothers out so they'll know what to do the next time. And if you're an Oval fan, go ahead and sub to this channel because I do videos like this all the time. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ruthless TV, and I'll see you on the next one.